Good morning. Let us have a quick review of the previous university engineering mechanics question paper of KTU. I'm going to discuss the statics portion, part A as well as part B. The dynamics portion, that is module 4 and 5, have been already discussed in previous videos. The link will be given at the end of the session. So start with part A, January 2021, 2019 scheme. First question, a traffic signal of mass 500 Newton is hung with the help of two strings as shown in figure. Find the forces in the strings using Lami's theorem. So this is the question. This is the weight hung. These are the two strings shown in the question. So we're asked to find the tension in the string PR as well as tension in the string PQ. This is the weight 500 Newton. So three forces acting at a single point. So concurrent force system, you have to apply Lami's theorem. For that, the angles, this angle 40 degree and 65 degree are given in the question. So Lami's theorem is force W divided by the angle between the other two forces, sine of the angle between the other two. So 500 by sine 75. How will you get this angle as 75? This is given as 40. This is 65. So this horizontal angle is also 65. Totally it is 180. So 180 minus 40 plus 65. That is 75. So 500 by sine 75 is equal to FPR, force in PR divided by this whole angle, this much angle. This is 65, this is 90. So 90 plus 65. FPQ by this PQ divided by this much angle. This angle is 40 plus 90. So solving this, consider the first and last, get FPQ. First, second and last, consider these two, we can get FPR. So this is a 3-mark question. So let me move on to question number 2. That is a descriptive question. State and explain the conditions of equilibrium of coplanar concurrent force system. So coplanar force is all the forces are acting in the same plane. Concurrent forces, forces acting at a single point, all the forces, the line of action of all the forces pass through a single point. The condition of equilibrium is sum of all the horizontal forces must be equal to 0 and sum of all the vertical forces must be equal to 0. Only two conditions, sigma fx0 and sigma fy0. If it was non-concurrent forces, then there will be one more condition, sigma m is equal to 0. Okay. Now move on to the third question. Three forces, 20 Newton, 30 Newton, 40 Newton, act along AB, BC, and CA respectively, the three sides of an equilateral triangle. Find the resultant. So these are the question given. Along AB 20, along BC 30, along AC 40 Newton. Okay. Now it's given it's an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means a triangle in which all the three sides are same and all the three angles are equal. So each of these angles is 60 degrees. This is 60, 60. This angle is also 60 degree. So to find the resultant, so it is a non-concurrent force system. Here the forces are not passing through a single point. These two forces act at A, these two forces act at B, and these act at C. So this is a general coplanar force system. So sigma Fx you have to find out, sigma Fy you have to find out, and the resultant is root of sigma Fx square plus Fy square. So let us see Fx, sum of the horizontal forces. First force is 20. Then second force, this 30. This 30 I have resolved here. It's an inclined force, making an angle 60 degrees with horizontal. So it acts from the joint B away from the joint. So its components are horizontal component away from the joint, mark this arrow. Similarly, vertical component away from the joint. So these are the two components. So for the 30, the horizontal component is 30 cos 60 towards left. So it is written minus 30 cos 60. Then 40 Newton, it is acting towards the joint. So at the joint A, 40 is acting towards. So the horizontal component towards the joint vertical component also towards the joint. And the magnitudes are, this is 60 degree. So 40 cos 60, 40 sin 60. So sigma fx 20 towards right. This 30 cos 60 towards left. So minus 40 cos 60 towards left. So minus 15. Similarly, sigma fy, no vertical forces as such, but this 30 kilonewton, it has component 30 sin 60 upwards. This 40 sin 60 downwards. So 30 sin 60 minus 40 sin 60 is equal to minus 8.66. So we have got fx as well as fy. Mark fx towards left negative, fy negative. So it is downwards. That is negative direction of x-axis and negative direction of y-axis. Complete this rectangle. So the resultant is root of fx square plus fy square, 17.32. And the direction, tan theta. If I mark the angle theta with horizontal, tan theta is equal to vertical force divided by horizontal, fy by fx. So sigma fy by fx will give you the angle 30 degrees. So this is one way of answering. Resultant is 17.32 Newton, inclined at 30 degrees with negative x-axis. Or you can say angle which this resultant makes with positive x, this much angle. So this is 180 plus theta, 180 plus 30, 210 degrees with x positive direction. Okay, actually this is a non-concurrent coplanar force system. We have to find the position of the resultant also. For finding the position of the resultant, we make use of this equation. R into x is equal to sigma m about any point. But since it's only a 3-mark question, it is enough that we find only the resultant as well as the angle. There is no need for finding the position of the resultant because it is only 3-mark question. But the same question, if it is asked in part B, 8-mark question, you have to find the position of the resultant also. Okay, now moving on to question number 4. A block shown in figure is just moved by a force 200 Newton. The weight of the block is 600 Newton. Determine the coefficient of static friction between the block and the floor. So this is the question. A floor, a block, applied force 200 Newton. So first of all, in all the questions in friction, you have to draw the free body diagram. Free body diagram is free the body from all the supports and mark all the forces, including the self-weight, external force, and normal reactions at the contact surfaces. So this is the free body diagram I am drawing here. Block, I have shown the block. Instead of this surface, I have simply shown a horizontal line because I have to mark the forces. So first, the self-weight. The self-weight is acting centrally downward. Okay, self-weight is acting here, W. The normal reaction of this surface. This is normal reaction means perpendicular to this horizontal surface, R. This 200 force is resolved. 200 cos 20 and 200 sin 20. Then the body will move in this direction. When we apply a force like this, it will move towards right. So the frictional force, it acts towards left. Frictional force is acting towards left. So these are the force system. This is called the free body diagram. Now let us write down the equation of equilibrium. Sigma fx is equal to 0. Sigma x was 0, 200 cos 20 towards right. So 200 cos 20, first I have written. Mu r towards left. So minus mu r is equal to 0. First equation. From that we get mu r. Now write sigma fy is equal to 0. Upward, r acting upwards. This 200 sin 20 acting upwards. So plus the weight 600 acting downward. So minus 600 is equal to 0. From this I can get r. Substitute this r here. Mu into 531.6 is equal to 187. From that we get coefficient of friction 0.3535. Okay. Now moving on to question number 5. Question number 5 in the question paper is a wrong question. I'll read the question anyway. Write down the expression for centroid of a rectangle about a line passing through the base. See, centroid is a fixed point of any shape of a plane area where the entire area is concentrated. Centroid can be located at only one place. There is no value of centroid about the base. The question is wrong. They should have asked, find the moment of inertia. The question might have been, find the moment of inertia of this rectangle about the base. Centroid, where is the centroid located? Centroid is d by 2 from the bottom. It is d, if d is the depth, d by 2. If h is the height, or h is the height, h by 2. And from the left end, if b is the width, this will be b by 2. So centroid location is b by 2 and d by 2. Okay. Moment of inertia about the base, if it was the question, moment of inertia of a rectangle about the base is b dq by 3. Moment of inertia about its centroidal axis, about the centroidal axis, it is about x-axis b dq by 12, and moment of inertia about this base is b dq by 3. So it is a wrong question. Moving on to question number 6, I'll read the question. A force 2i plus 3j minus 4k is applied at the point B, 1 minus 1, 2. Find the moment of the force about a point A. The coordinates of the point A is not given in that question. Only if the coordinate of that point A is given, we should have find out the moment. Moment is found out as R cross F, where R is the position vector and F is the force vector. The cross product of position vector and force vector is the moment vector M. Since the coordinate of point A is not given, we cannot find out the position vector. So that's an insufficient data question. Okay, this comes to the end of part A questions of statics. Question number 7 to 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 are questions from dynamics, that is module 4 and 5, which is already discussed in a previous video, and the link will be given, that will be given in the description box below.